What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Joshua, aka Just. What's up with a movie review for today, Saturday. Just got watching a real, I was impressed. I'm gonna give you the 1 to 10 review of a really good movie me and my babe watched today called Replica, starring Keanu Reeves and Alice Eve. Um, the concept of the story. Keanu Reeves plays a doctor, a biologist, and his family is killed. I mean, because you guys probably seen the commercials all on YouTube or on TV, but his family is killed, and in a grieving state, he brings all of them back. And before I continue talking, there are spoilers, so if you don't want to hear it, then click off. If you do, then watch. Hopefully you watch. But anyway, in his grieving state, he brings back his family and stuff, whatnot, their memories and stuff, and his and their everything else, and he takes out the memory of the accident, and also he had to pick because he only had so many pods that he got from his place of employment and stuff. So he had to pick which person that he couldn't bring in. It was his youngest daughter Zoe and stuff like that. And in the beginning of the movie, it definitely caught your attention, but certain parts kind of dragged. But then it did pick up, and the concept of the story, as I was referring to earlier a minute ago, again he was grieving from the loss of his family and stuff and whatnot, and before I continue into it, certain things of the movie had to catch my attention because, like, he was confronted about it, and I'm thinking, like, how did they know? But I'm gonna get to that. So, as I said, him and his family was going on a trip, or a weekend getaway or something, and accident happened. His family was killed. He called his friend Edward to help him bring the equipment to his house to clone and put together his family to replicate. And everything worked, and he got everything on point. But even once they became fully functional, his wife and kids, they still noticed something different, and they was kind of like, man, what's going on? Prime example, when they was eating dinner or something like that, when the kids like, who is Zoe? I found a name Zoe scribbled into my closet. But prior to this conversation, the daughter was having nightmares of the event, even though the memory was erased. She would still have nightmares of the event, and he took the daughter downstairs to the basement to erase that memory. But his wife had caught him doing it because prior to that day, she was saying something's not right. I feel like something's missing. He didn't want to confess it, but once they was in the basement, he had to confess. He had to tell her, like, listen, you guys died, and I couldn't live without you, and I replicated you guys, and she was in shock from it and stuff whatnot, but she dealt with it, and they didn't tell the kids. It was like this, the secret between them two. So when as I said, there was at dinner, they brought up the memory of Zoe. The wife didn't know at the time about it because he didn't indulge all the information. He just told him that, you guys died, and I had to bring, I replicated you guys, and that's what happened. But he didn't give all the information. And so down the road, now they're out in public, and they're getting hit by friends and stuff whatnot. Even when the teacher stopped by earlier in the film, like, well, I haven't seen Matt. He's one of my favorite students, and and that's what I'm saying. It's like, even Edward was like, well, you're doing all this, but you're not covering all your basics and stuff like that. And so he finally paid attention to what Edward had told him, and he started like getting on emails and texting people back or emailing them back and covering his tracks. So after they was did a public display, they was having dinner, and the doctor, Keanu Reeves' character, was approached by his boss. He came to the house, and the doctor was like, well, not the doctor, but his employer was, Mr. Jones was like, you got 476 or 477 and 478 sitting there. He knew already what has transpired, and he was like, listen, you need to, what you did with them, you need to do for me, as we're gonna create this army, and we're not trying to repair people. We're trying to create armies and have consciences of fighter pilots into machines and stuff and whatnot. And this is what you're gonna do. But he already knew that this man had came to kill him and stuff and whatnot. So they got into a fight, and he got his family out of there and stuff. They try to track him down, and they grab the family and bring him to the lab. So he had put his consciousness into a robot, and that robot had everything what Keanu Reeves, his character, wanted him to do, and that robot came and did just that. I mean, it's like the look on Mr. Jones' face was just priceless. Like, damn, it's like, I had you, but now I'm fucked. So it was a really good film, and I'm not trying to tell all of it, but it's a really good film. I give it a 6.5, maybe 7, because the reason why I give it that, because in the beginning it kind of dragged out. Did you think, babe?
Yeah.
In the beginning it kind of dragged out, and I felt it could have got to the point instead of dragging it out the way it did and stuff and whatnot. And but towards, like, I wouldn't even say the middle, was it? Right? It was like more or less at the ending that it really picked up and carried on. It did leave the door open for a sequel and stuff or not. And go check out the movie for yourself, and see what you think. I mean, it's like, I give it a 6.5, 7. Action was mediocre. Good storyline. Could have been a little bit more polished, but it was good. It was good. I was impressed. I was impressed with it. It's watchable and stuff, but not. I definitely wished it was a little bit more, like I said, action. The action was mediocre and stuff, and it really didn't happen too much to the end. But other than that, 6.5. So this is Just Ray, aka Just, with the review for Replica, Keanu Reeves. You guys have a blessed day, and y'all stay real. Peace.